Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. We are going to be starting our November book club pick. It's very late. It's very, very late, but I've been doing so many things. And honestly, I just kept putting this one off because of the different reviews that I've heard of this one. So we're just going to get right into it because it is Stephanie Garber's brand new adult book, Alchemy of Secrets. This is also our last pick of 2025 and it is our last monthly pick. I did kind of talk about it in a live and I talked about it in a post. We are going to be moving to bi-monthly in 2026, just kind of to focus on some older books, newer books, and just have more time to read the books and digest them a little bit. Because I think I felt a little rushed this year when I was doing my book club reading vlogs, and this is why this has come out in December, because basically it was a bi-monthly pick. I just got really behind this year, and I think it's just a lot to keep up with, just this one book club, not even counting all the other book clubs that I'm pretty sure we're all a part of because everybody has such cool book clubs. Because I would like to participate in more next year because I'm so wrapped up in mine. I didn't really have any time to do the Literally Dead book club. I didn't have time to do Gabby's book club. I think she's switching to quarterly even. So I want to have more time to do other book clubs as well because mine is mostly fantasy. I'd like to do one that's thriller/horror as well. That being said, like I said, we are moving to bi-monthly starting February. So basically, first month is January, February. Second month is going to be March, April. You're basically going to read the book through January and February. And at the end of February, that's when I'll post the video. Pretty excited for that just because it's 6 books instead of 12, I guess 11, because we don't do one in December. And then in December, we'll do our normal sequel readathon thing. But that is next year. This is now. We're going to read Alchemy of Secrets. If you don't know what this is a lazy book club. Basically, I just don't love doing lives. Like, they really stress me out sometimes. And I feel like there's so many book clubs. It's hard to sometimes finish these books on time for a live. So I would much prefer just having a more relaxed take on the book club. And basically, it is just read the book whenever you get a chance to it. And I'll post the video at the end of the month that you're supposed to read it for. And this is our November pick. So anyway, without further ado, this is Stephanie Garber's brand new book. This is supposed to be like some weird fantasy hunting for things kind of story is what I'm aware of. I don't really know. Like, I was under the impression this was historical fiction fantasy, but it's not. Apparently it's not historical fiction, like, at all. So that's what I thought it was. So we're going into this pretty blind. And of course, these videos are full of spoilers. I don't put a spoiler tag up because the whole point is this is just reading spoilers. From this point on, there will be spoilers. This is the last warning, and let's get into reading Alchemy of Secrets. What is this? Like, actually, what is this? What have I gotten us into? This is so weird. I think I'm at about 90 pages into this one. What are we reading? This is not what I was expecting. And I feel like we've dropped so many threads that we kind of like started at the beginning of the book and now it's just like completely gone sideways. Like, what is actually happening? I was doing my nails while I was listening to the first bit. Made a mess of them too. They don't look as bad on camera, but like made a mess of them. Dang. Like, look at that. I gotta go clean these up. It's bad. It's really bad because most of the time I was just focusing on this, like, what is this? So anyway, we're following our main character, who I don't even remember her name at this point because I was so taken aback by the weird story. Holland, I remember, I was thinking of Holland University. Following our main character, Holland, and it's told in like 2 different perspectives, kind of. Like, it's told in the perspective of you actually going to the classes, which is I liked at the beginning, but I don't like anymore. And then it's also told in the perspective of Holland, who used to be a student of these classes, was a TA, and now works with the professor as the professor's like her thesis guide, whatever. There was so much potential in this. The first 30 pages, I was like 5-star. 5-star, this is so cool. We're talking about these really cool myths. We have an interesting, weird sister relationship going on. There's something weird going on with the sister. We have a weird dating situation. We're going through these weird doors to find these like folklore characters. This is so cool. We go to a bar and we supposedly are like trying to buy a drink for the devil. And we see a guy who potentially could be this devil figure. Oh my God. Oh my God. Amazing. And then suddenly, we're kidnapped. Our boyfriend is dead. We're kidnapped. We're trying to find this alchemical heart. What? Like, what is happening now suddenly? This is like a really, really bad National Treasure now. Like, I love National Treasure. This is like a bad version of it. I'm so confused. Like, there was no lead up to this like alchemical heart thing, and it's the most important thing in the entire planet. Oh, and at the beginning of the book, we have like a weird bank that's trying to get into contact with her. There's too many things happening. There's absolutely too many things happening. I don't understand why this alchemical heart plotline is we're even dealing with it, to be honest. I don't think we needed it. I think we were good with trying to buy a drink for the devil and this weird mysterious bank. Like, I feel like those two things, and at the bank it could have been something to do with the deal with the devil, and it could have just stayed with those two things. Like, I honestly don't know why we have this weird ass kidnapping plot. And now it looks like the professor she was working for was also potentially kidnapped or killed or has run away. And her sister is involved with these artifacts, and she's going to be involved with the professor and the alchemical heart. And it's just like, it's too much. It's so beyond too much. And I feel like this book needed to be 700 pages, with this alchemical heart thing probably brought up on page like 200, after like all of this lead up was brought up to it, because it was just like, boom, alchemical heart, most important artifact in the entire world. You didn't know it existed like 10 seconds ago, but you're in. What? Like, I just don't like how this is written. And then I hate how any male character is written in this sucks, because our main character's like, oh my god, they're smoking hot, look at those eyes, look at that jawline, look at that face, and I'm just like, ew. Like, ew. So she's just like obsessed with all these like super hot guys, and unfortunately I don't know where it's going, because we have her new professor thing who she was like really obsessed with suddenly. He was looking like the devil guy, so he's probably the devil at some point. That's what I'm gonna guess. And then we have Gabe, who's now here, who knows the sister and helps with the locating artifacts and stuff. I assume he's probably gonna be the main romance. And then did we have one more character? I feel like we had another guy that she was like obsessed with. Oh, I guess the devil, but I think the devil and the professor guy is gonna be the same person. It's just weird. It's really weird, and it's not what I was like expecting from a Stephanie Garber book, but I don't think that's why I don't like it. I like actively, this could be by a different author, and I would have DNF'd it, like actually would have DNF'd it, but I'm holding out hope that like something happens, something interesting happens. Well, like that's the thing. It's like too interesting, like in a bad way. Like, there are too many things happening. It needs to calm itself down and actually like explain to us why this alchemical heart is important, why it's such a big deal. And it's weird. Like, it's really weird. And that's the only way I can explain it. And the pacing is awful. Like, because it's like the beginning was fast. The beginning was interesting. It was quicker paced. But like, you understood everything that was going on. Everything made sense. It was really fun. And then it like lightning speed, have no idea what's happening, breakneck speed of this kidnapping plot. And it's like, why do I care? Why do I care? You didn't give us a reason to care about this alchemical heart. So every time they bring it up now, I'm like, cool, whatever. Can we go back to the plotline of buying the devil a drink, please? Because that part was really cool. And let's go back to the bank thing. Like, I'm sure we're gonna go back to the bank, but it's like, we had such a cool opener to get absolutely sidetracked by this alchemical heart thing. I don't get it. It was such a great beginning. So I'm gonna keep listening to it. The audiobook is super short. Like, this is a super short book. I have like 2.5 hours. I am listening to it really fast because I am struggling to pay attention to this one. So I am listening at 2.5 speed right now. I may slow it down if I start getting more interested in the book, but I am just sitting there kind of just listening to it like, okay, cool, I don't really like this plot line. Let's bring it back to what I was interested in. So I only have like 2.5 hours left. like this was such a short book. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna continue reading this. I'm not like super excited about it, but I kind of just want to be done with it, because I do need to, again, I need to go back to work on the sequels video, but in between doing that and in between reading this and reading the sequels, I do want to read 2 of my Christmas books. I have Good Spirits, which I am dying to read, and then I actually have my very first Afterlight that I ever bought was Make the Season Bright, something like that. I think it's a sapphic Christmas story, and I got it last year, but I didn't end up reading it, so I put it off until this year. So I would like to read those 2 books after I finish this, and I think it'll be a good mind break. I'm hoping this is at least going to be a 3. I don't want to get rid of my copy. I want to love this. I want to love this. I want to keep my streak of loving all Stephanie Garber books that I've read alive, and it's a little scary right now. It's seeming like it's potentially gonna die. Like it does. So we're gonna keep reading it. I think this one is going to be best read almost in like a single sitting. So I'm probably just going to read the rest of the night and see what I can get through. And I don't know how much I'm going to update you. I mean, this could be one of those rant things where I show up here like every 10 pages, like, and what is this stupid thing that's happening? I'm really hoping it's not. I really want to like this. So gonna continue reading this. I'm hoping it gets better. Kidding. It's been 10 pages. Actually, I think it's been about 20. What? What was with the gun standoff? So the Adam character shows up. He apparently is also an associate of January, the twin sister, and they all have these little marks on their wrists, and it's like, what is happening? Like what is happening? And so now it seems like Adam, unless I missed something, because I re-listened to this chapter like 17 times. I may have to listen to it again. Sounds like Adam is potentially the secret boyfriend of January, and Gabe just shot Adam, and Gabe has also been shot. It was literally, do you know that gif of the Spider-Mans where they're all pointing at each other and they're going, I'll put it in like the corner or whatever, so you know what I'm talking about. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. It's very popular. That's what that was. Like, Gabe was like, no, don't trust him, run. Adam's like, no, don't trust him, you run. I'm trying to protect you. No, I'm trying to protect you. And it was like, I don't know either one of you. I don't know either one of you. I wouldn't go with either one of you. But like for some reason we're trusting Gabe. Like, what is Gabe's resume that we're trusting him? What's his little resume? Because so far we just know he's some random dude who kidnapped me from a murder scene. So I'm so confused. Like, was Gabe just like slightly hotter? Is that why she picked Gabe? Because I don't know. I feel like I probably would have went with Adam at this point, because Gabe shows up to a murder that he for somehow reason knows just happened. Adam, he at least like was my professor. Like, maybe I want to pass my classes. I don't know. This is bizarre. This book is so bizarre, and I didn't think it would go even more bizarre literally just 20 pages later. Actually, it was really 3. Like, I talked to you guys, and then the weird standoff happened. So it's gonna be one of those videos. Oh no, it's gonna be one of those videos. Yeah, I'm so sorry if you enjoyed this. I'm so sorry. I'm still hoping for a miracle that this all is like brought together, but right now it's not great. The obligatory morning video where I talk about how I just read another chapter, and I kind of despise this book. Like, actively think it's kind of a really bad book, and I'm surprised its ratings are as high as they are, to be honest, because like, what is this book? Like, really, what is this? What did she just do? Her friend just came to the door and Gabe was all weird. I think Gabe's bad. If Gabe turns out to be good and he turns out to actually be the romance, I'm gonna be really disappointed. Like, I'm gonna be really, really disappointed. Like, he is acting like the bad guy, and she's actively ignoring all of the weird red flags that are happening, like saying he's got a bad feeling about, is it Chance, something like that. I got a bad feeling. I don't like that guy. And then like just being gross at the door, and like he's literally controlling what she's doing. Like, I don't understand why she's not getting that he is telling her, you can't go anywhere. Like, I'm literally stealing you. Like literally, like, he is actually kidnapping her, and I don't think she realizes that she's been kidnapped. Like, I don't think she realizes that if she tries to leave, he's gonna hunt her down and force her to go with him. Like, I think she's unaware that this is actively a kidnapping and that she is the victim of it. I don't know, because again, he was like, get rid of him or I will. And it's like, that's like clearly kidnapping talk. And she's like, ugh, just so annoying. And I'm sitting there going, girl, you've been kidnapped. So, and then they've just introduced that he's got some sort of magic, and I'm just like, oh, convenient. He can turn on cars and open locks. So convenient. I'm so done with this. But I'm gonna continue reading. I just don't like anything that's happening at all. I'm at about 240 pages, and I'm just so done with this book. We've now switched over to hanging out with Adam, who apparently was a devil in a previous life. So the devils aren't real, apparently. So that's cool. One of the coolest plot lines of buying a drink for a devil was just bullshit, which is So cool. So that was already ruined. And then, oh my God, yeah, she's hanging out with Adam, and Adam is fine. I don't know, but she was having like hallucinations. When she was with Gabe, she was having hallucinations about Adam. Now she's starting to have hallucinations about Gabe while she's with Adam. And I'm just like, ew, like, what is the significance of this? Like, does she date both of them? Are they both like true loves or something? Are they the same person in some weird situation? Is there some parallel universes thing happening? I don't give a shit. That's the sad truth, is I don't care. I don't care. This alchemical heart thing is so stupid. And now we've brought the dad fully back into this, where we're looking at his screenplay and following these hints. And we just met the Watchman, who just turned out again to be just some regular dude, and his power is just to tell people what time they're gonna die, but he's just a normal guy. This sucks. And like the professor, she's like the manager of the bank, and cool, whatever. There's just so much happening, and yet it's so boring because of the choices that were made for the plot in this. Like, I'm so upset. I'm so upset. Like, nothing fun has happened in this book. Like, absolutely nothing. And I'm just so disappointed. I'm so disappointed. I hate all the characters. Well, I don't even hate them. I have no feelings about them. They have no real personalities. Our main character is like the most gullible person on the planet. Like, why are you trusting anybody? Like, you shouldn't be trusting a single person in this book. Like, you've already like learned there was some sketchy stuff about Gabe. And I love how we open up with Gabe and we haven't talked to him for the past about or really of him in the past like 70 pages now, something like that. And it's just like, what is this? Like, what is this book? Like, what is the point of this book? Because it's actively really bad. Like, it's actually really, really bad. I'm excited to go listen to some reviews because who was it? Somebody actually liked it. I don't remember who it was. Was it Becca in the Books? I don't remember who it was, but somebody actually liked it. And so I had high expectations for it. And now I'm reading it and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is bad. And again, I'm a Stephanie Garber fan. I don't know what this is. I actively don't know what this is. Oh my gosh. It's like when I read Chloe Gong's Vilest Things, because I actually liked Immortal Longings. But when I read Vilest Things, I was like, this doesn't feel like the same author. Like, actively does not feel like the same author, unfortunately. And this is how I feel about this, is it does not feel like the same author as the rest of her books. And I'm not saying that because it's young adult, like, because that's the difference here, is this is her adult debut. That's not even it. It's just the lack of world building, the lack of interesting characters, the rushed, weirdly paced plot. It has none of the magic of all of her other books. And that's what I expect from Stephanie Garber, is feeling the magic. This feels like a weird rip-off National Treasure, and like the worst way, because again, I like National Treasure, but like in the worst way, this is National Treasure. So I don't know what to do with this. I'm probably just gonna finish it again, unless it gets super weird. Like, I feel like I just had to talk right now because of the weird, again, the hallucinations that she's having between the two of them, or of the two of them. I'm assuming it's some sort of like precog type of thing, because we don't know what her power is, but she apparently has a power. So I'm assuming it's some sort of, precog situation thing happening, or can see past lives. I don't know, but not loving it. So I'm just so over it. So I'm going to see if I can just finish the book and talk to you about my final rating and stuff. So let's see if we can finish it. It looks like I have like 40 minutes left on the audiobook. Let's hope it goes quickly. I gave myself a timer on my phone, basically not like a real timer, but I only have like 7% battery. So if this video suddenly cuts off, it is to literally cut me off talking about this book, because I don't need to be talking about this book anymore. This is a 1 star. I'm done this book. I cannot believe I'm giving Stephanie Garber a 1 star. This is also one of the prettiest books that I own. So are we surprised? It's always the prettiest books. It's always the prettiest books that I don't end up liking. Yeah, 1 star, 1 star. I think this was actual trash. I think this was actual trash. If you like this book, I am so sorry for what I'm about to say about it, because I legitimately think this is so poorly written, so poorly plotted. The characters are idiots. I mean, I can't find a single redeeming quality about this book, maybe besides the setting, but the problem is we never sat in one place for long enough to be like, oh, this is a cool setting. No, we were whipping through different settings, and it was just like a hunt for an artifact that ended up being this weird sentient thing that I was literally picturing in my head talking like Mickey Mouse. Like, that's what I was picturing. It was bad. It was so bad. The ending, oh my god, the ending was so bad. It continued just to be Spider-Man the whole time, with Gabe being bad, and then it turns out Adam is actually also bad, but the brother is also like the devil, and she just believes people so easily. Like, she literally gets into so many people's cars, and I feel like she's never heard of the term, like, stranger danger. Never. She's never heard of stranger danger once in her life, because she's getting into everybody's cars in this. And I can't stand anything that happened in this. I don't remember like when I talked to you last, so I guess I'll give like a brief update about what happens just at the end. She ends up working with Adam, and she ends up meeting at some point up with Mason, who is Adam's brother, and it turns out they are the devils in this, but they aren't really devils, they're just people. Although that may not be entirely accurate, because at the end, Mason tells her, oh, you're in a time loop. You're in a time loop. And it's kind of what I thought. Like I said, parallel universes, but similar idea. You're in a time loop. My brother keeps killing you. Adam keeps killing you. And she's like, oh, who are you? You're a ghost. And he's like, I'm a ghost. I'm a ghost. I'm trapped here. Adam trapped me here. He's just like so jealous. So can you like untrap me? Like, how about you trap Adam and release me? And she's like, yeah, that's fine. And I'm like, girl, how many people are you gonna immediately trust? And then they're immediately gonna backstab you. So I'm sure Mason is probably like the romance. That's who's gonna be the romance in this book, if there is a romance. If not, I will die laughing if Mason ends up immediately betraying her in the next book, which I'm not reading them. I will read what happens. I will not be continuing in this series. This was so bad, so bad. I feel like the end scene is my favorite, where Mason comes and sits next to her on the beach, and when he walks away, there's a black card with gold lettering or whatever. I feel like that was the best part of the book. The beginning, when they're talking about that person, the devil, why couldn't it have just been a story about the devil, about Mason and her? And that would have been so good. We didn't need this weird alchemical heart that becomes sentient and is like, ho, can you help me? Like, we don't need that. And it's like sad that it's being shoved away somewhere. We don't need this alchemical heart thing. We didn't need Adam. We didn't need Gabe. We didn't need anything in the middle of this plot. We needed the beginning where she talks about meeting the devil, and then we need okay, if I were to rewrite this story, we would have her meeting eyes with Mason and him disappearing, keep that, and then instead of going on this weird journey of her about to die or whatever, instead she comes back the next day, meets him, and they have like conversations and they talk, and she starts researching into the murdered people, because that storyline totally went by the wayside. Like, who cares that her parents are murdered? Apparently not her anymore. So I feel like that would have been so much more interesting, looking into her parents' death and trying to connect it to Mason, and then maybe do a switcheroo where Adam is actually the devil and she's been working for him as the new thesis advisor, and she teams up with Mason to take him down or something like that. And it can still end, at the end, he leaves the calling card and you're like, oh, Adam was a devil, but also Mason was a devil at the same time. That would have been a crazy book. Like, that would have been so good. It would have been so good. Instead, we have this weird Spider-Man, you're bad, you're bad, you're bad. No, I'm good. Like, that was like the entire back half of this book. So I can't do it. I can't. This was so bad. It was so bad. The main female character was just an idiot. She's just such an idiot. Just such an idiot. Most of this would have been solved if she just stopped getting in people's cars. Like, most of this book. So anyway, 1 star. That's all I'm going to say from now on about this. I am so upset with how much I did not like this book. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. It's going on my worst of. So unfortunately, that's going to bring this to a wrap, and that's going to bring 2025 book club picks to a wrap. Little sneak peek, it does look like Vicious is going to win. It does look like Vicious is going to be our January, February pick. And then it looks like, oh no, what was it? Blood Over Brighthaven looks like it's going to be our March, April pick, which 2 great picks. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a good time. Both of them have really, really good ratings. Vicious is one I've been wanting to get to for years, and I just haven't plucked up the courage for it. And then Blood Over Brighthaven, again, is also one I've wanted to get to since it came out. So I was really nervous because the hype was so high for that one. So anyway, that's a little sneak peek. I'll probably be posting a video about that or just put it in post, because it's just 2 book club picks. So I don't know if I'm going to actually make like a video for it. We'll see. I might lump it into something else, like with a unboxing or something. I might make the announcement earlier, because I don't don't think it needs its own video. That is everything that I have for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely let me know down below what you thought about this book, what you rated it. If you enjoyed it, like, let me know what you liked about it. If you really like this book, please tell me what you enjoyed about it. I'm about to go on a deep dive of people reading this book to see what they think about it and like what they wanted from the book, because it's definitely not, it's not what I wanted from this book. I wanted to feel more Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which is kind of like the way that I would have written the book. That's kind of the vibes that it gave me at the beginning. And then it just evolved. It just evolved. I wanted an Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and I didn't get that. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. Make sure you subscribe to miss any future content. If you like videos, enjoyed it, and definitely make sure you comment down below. I guess if you what emoji should we do? What emoji should we do? Because I'm so sad. I talked about it, but it's like they had such cool settings, but nothing really stuck. So I don't even know like what setting to put. I guess a heart. Just put a heart emoji for the alchemical heart. Ugh. So anyway, that is everything that I have for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next one.